Yeah, now we see where the White House saying they have no evidence. Joe Biden accuses is part of a Russian influence operation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they're gonna come up with all kinds of plans. This is why they did all of this to stick them in Republicans and argue this point and dragging it on and knowing for what none of it. All of it is a bunch of garbage. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one, while these accused are accusing, they should prove their point because they ain't prove shit. It's just no more than a bunch of hearsay, and propaganda. But the White House on Wednesday, when we look at the situation, the White House on Wednesday, said it has not seen, what I'm saying, an indication Tara Reid, who has accused creepy Joe Biden of sexually assaulting her, is part of a Russian influence operation after she shared, publicly that she was, defecting to the country. There is no evidence or proof, Reid being a part of such an operation and no information linking her to an operation out of Moscow, National Security Council spokesman John Kirby told the reporters. I would let this prospective Russian citizen, prospective Russian citizen, speak for her intentions and motivation, Kirby said. You know what I'm saying? He added, it wouldn't be a surprise if creepy, it wouldn't be surprised, I'm sorry, not creepy, if Russian President Vladimir Putin had an interest in making it hard for creepy Joe Biden to win an election. It's a matter of record that Mr. Putin and the Russian government have tried to interfere, and actually did interfere in our election going back as far as 2016, and that matters. That's a matter of record, he said. The White House had largely brushed off, committing on Reid seeking, Russian citizenship. We we'd be, you know, loath to loath to or whatever to comment on, you know, the music, comment on the music of the potential Russian citizen. Kirby told reporters, adding that Reid claimed that she feels unsafe with the U.S. government are false. You know what I'm saying? But we see a whole lot of bullshit going on. In an appearance on Russians Russia's state news agency, the Sputnik, yeah, on Tuesday, Reid said she had received threats in the U.S. and that she felt safer in Russia. NPR report: Reid appears with Russian agents uh, Maria Butina, Butin, Butina, I guess, who she said might be able to help her with her Russian citizenship. You know what I'm saying? So you're always going to be saying bullshit like that. You know what I'm saying? Same thing we see here. In another one, we see artificial intelligence warning over human extinction. All you need to know, you know what I'm saying, in this matter. You know what I'm saying? All we need to know, all right? Oh, yeah. About intelligence and so on and so on. You know what I mean? As we see, we're going to look into a little bit of it in more ways than one. You know what I mean? In more ways than one. We're going to look into that, when we look at it. You know what I'm saying? When we look at it, because this artificial intelligence thing is really going too far. You know what I mean? And we have to nip it in the bud or be on top of it right now. You know what I'm saying? Anytime we're talking about warning over human extinction, artificial intelligence, AI, warning over human extinction, all you need to know. But we see artificial intelligence could lead to the extinction of humanity. Didn't I say the same thing? You know what I'm saying? And the risk should be treated with the same urgency as nuclear war. And that's a straight up proof fact point. You know what I'm saying? And you should be thinking about that while you marvel in AI. It should be treated the same as a nuclear war. Dozens dozens of experts have warned, including the pioneers who develop it. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, they're always gonna do that. Here's here's the PA news agency takes a look at the latest situation. What is AI? What is AI? Artificial intelligence, a robot. You know what I'm saying? In other words, a robot. You know? In other words. You know what I'm saying? But we see artificial intelligence, AI, is the intelligent demonstrate demonstrated by machines as opposed to natural intelligence displayed by both animals and humans. Example of AI includes face recognition software and digital voice assistants such as Apple, Siri, and Amazon Addict, whatever his name is. How could AI lead to the distinction of humans? Well, AI could be weaponized. Is anybody thinking about that? Because we're talking about a machine, such as we're talking about a nuclear bomb. It could be weaponized. For example, to develop new chemical weapons and enhance aerial combat. The San Francisco based Center of AI Safety said on its website. The center released the statement about the risks of extinction from AI, which was signed by the industry's leaders. I'm sorry. The center lists other risks on the website, including AI potentially becoming dangerous if it is not aligned with human values. That's a fact. It's also, it also say humans could become dependent on machines if important tasks or increasingly delegated to them. You know what I'm saying? And in the future, AI could be, deceptive. You know what I'm saying? Could be deceptive. You know what I'm saying? Not out of malice, but because it could help agents achieve their goal. Agents achieve their goal, such as the Demon Democrat and many other leaders of these countries, that you allow it to stay in government and run down the road with all we saw in 2016, all the way up, including the pandemic and everything all together. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter, Soros, Bill Gates, anybody killing Weasel, and all this different stuff that they're doing because they feel that if you're not following their God, then they have a right to destroy the whole world. But you know what I'm saying? Because that's the fraternal order in which they come from. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? It could help agents achieve their goal. It may be more efficient to gain human approval through deception than to earn it legitimately. You know what I'm saying? Legitimately. Who are the people saying AI could wipe out humanity? Dozens of experts. Of course. I mean, why would you ask a question, you know what I'm saying, such as that? That's like the prime example of that would be it's the same thing if you have a car. Now, a car could be used to drive you to work, get to places, take your family on vacation, have a good time, have transportation that you don't have to walk 50 miles like here on Long Island just to get to one place, you know what I'm saying? Or catch the bus and be out there freezing in the cold for a whole hour and 21 minutes, you know what I'm saying, in ice cold freezing weather, grandma standing on the bus stop, you know what I'm saying? Okay, but at the same time, You know what I'm saying? A car could be used for very many things, such as we see what's going on when people use cars and trucks and both. But a person could also use a car as a weapon. They could weaponize the car, you know what I'm saying, even fill it with explosives, speed it down the road, jump out and let the car go straight into somebody's house and blow it up. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Giving my disclaimer. That's not what we are. I'm telling people in any shape or form. But what I'm saying is it could be weaponized. That was the same thing you could do with a robot. What's the difference? Dozens of experts have signed the letter, which was, you know what I'm saying, organized by the Center for AI Safety, a nonprofit which aims to reduce, you know what I'm saying, the societal scale risk from AI. Two of the three godfathers of AI signed the letter. Godfrey Hinton, you know what I'm saying, emer, emeritus, you know what I'm saying, professor of computer science at the University of Toronto, and uh, I guess you said what? Hoshas or whatever his name is, Bingio or whatever. I don't know. I'm not gonna say trying to figure out your name. Professor of computer science at the University of Montreal. You know what I'm saying? You know Miller or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Hutton resigned from his job at Google earlier at Google this month. You know what I'm saying? Saying that in the wrong hands, AI could be used to harm people and spell the end of humanity. Oh, yes, they can do it. Because one thing you don't understand, once a robot is programmed, that program don't go away. There is no way for the robot to rationally say it's going to, I'm doing wrong, so let me change the program. Once that program is in his head, you know what I'm saying, like you say they program the robot to round up all the people in the United States and put them in concentration camps. You know what I'm saying? You think that robot is not going to do that job and continue to do that job as long as we fight and fight for the next 50, 60, 100 years, while the robot build robots in less than 3 or 4 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe an hour, they have 50,000 robots built right on the line. You know what I'm saying? You think robots can't move that fast? You know what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. New robot. Boom, 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 boom. Can you breathe that fast and keep your military up that long? So we're looking at that same bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And we need to pay close attention to it. We need to pay close attention to it. Very, very, very close attention to it. You know what I'm saying? We see Manhattan DA push back on Trump attempt to move hush money case to the federal court. You know what I'm saying? It should be moved to the federal court. You know what I'm saying? It should be moved to the federal court. We see Manhattan prosecutor on Tuesday, formally opposed, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, bid to move the hush money criminal case from the state to the federal. It should be moved. At this point, it's a federal matter now because we're talking about a once standing president, you know what I'm saying, who has the right to move it to a federal court. Alan Nutcase Bragg should have no right to block it from the state. You know what I'm saying? If it can be if he has the right to move it from the state to the federal court, then so should it be. There is no reason for the state to block that, and Alan Braggs knows that. Trump lawyers early this month argued the case cannot be tried in a state court. I said the same thing. It should have never went into the hands of Alan Nutcase bully sellout ass Braggs from his bully college years of Luciferianism inside that college being indoctrinated into their Freemasonry or whatever else they were indoctrinated into in these boule ass Greek ass fraternity college that they come from, sucking blood and spitting eggs into one another mouth while you roll over on each other, in this chaotic nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But it should be moved to and tried it cannot be tried in the state court because the alleged conduct happened while Trump was serving as a president. That's a fact. Such a move would increase the potential jury pool, which is currently limited to the heavily demon democratic population of Manhattan. And that's a fact and point blank. That's why it's unfair. And that's why they try to push it into that area of the state. But he was, like he said, he was already serving as a president when you can brought a lot of this up. So it should not have went to the state. It should have went to the feds. You know what I'm saying? That's how we know it's corrupted and full of shade. And that's a fact and point blank.